Hey guys, Sean here. Thanks to everyone who tunes into the Play It Up podcast. We really love doing this podcast and really appreciate everyone who listens. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram by searching for Play It Up Podcast. You can find the full video podcast on YouTube, and you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts, Anchor, and more. If you want to ask us a question, you can do so on Anchor, and your question will be featured on the podcast. If you like what we do, please remember to like, review, comment, follow or subscribe, and please recommend us to your friends. Thanks guys, and enjoy the episode.
Metal Slug. Mission 1.
And we are back. Welcome to the Play It Up podcast. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Today is a very special episode for two reasons, but the real reason that it's special is that we have an awesome special guest, Jacob Spring from Denmark, who I recently met at the shed. If you don't know about him, he is the world record holder for the awesome game Metal Slug. Is it Super Vehicle 001, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I just know it as Metal Slug, but like the first Metal Slug. So, welcome, Jacob, mate. How are you?
Yeah, thank you. Great. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. This is the second reason it's a special episode is because it's the first time the four members of the Play It Up podcast have actually done a podcast together. So we have Mike, and we have Neil, and we have Dennis. G'day, guys.
Hey,
Oh.
Howdy.
It's the foursome I've always dreamed of.
Poor you.
How are you going? How are you going, Sean?
I'm going good, mate. I got a little package in the mail a few weeks ago from you blokes because I missed out on all the arcade championships, Australian arcade championships, and the Kong Off. But you definitely didn't let me feel left out with all the cool shit you sent me. Like if anyone's watching on YouTube, a couple of pins here. I have a shirt that's hanging up that you guys sent me as well. That was awesome. I had no idea that was coming, and then Michelle knew about it though, the sneaky woman.
Yeah.
And I had a notification that I had to go and pick it up, and then I get there to the post office where it is, and the bloke tells me I have to pay €9 or something. I was like, what? Because I thought it was the DVDs that Michael had sent me from Denmark. And I was like, that's a lot of duty to pay for something from Denmark. Usually you wouldn't have to pay anything within the EU. And then I see Australia on the stamp or whatever, the postage thing that was used. I said, what's this? And my mum sent me another package. She can't stop. And it turns out it's from you guys. It was awesome. I was stoked because I saw that it was from Michael Coolican. From old Ballarang Street, mate. I don't want to give your address away. I'll bleep that out.
Yeah, don't you mean Boomerang Street?
Boomerang Street.
Australia Drive.
Yeah, Australia Drive.
Oh man.
All the groupies that we have on this podcast will show up.
Yeah, I know they'll show up down bloody Dollary-Doo Road.
By groupies, I just mean middle-aged men who are sweaty and want to play your gaming collection.
Yep. Yeah. Play Donkey Kong.
Yeah, Neil's mate in China.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. He's our groupie. Yeah, what a legend! Shout out.
He loves it. Yeah, he loves it. It's awesome.
What's his name again?
Josh.
Josh, right.
Yep.
And while we're doing shout outs, I'll shout out to Johnny Bond, who it's his birthday today. He said he's 30 something. I'm not sure exactly. I think he's basically my age. So he's around somewhere between 30 and 33. Shout out to you, Johnny. It's the 19th of September, and we love you, mate, and happy birthday.
Cheers to the ultimates. Yeah.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Johnny.
The original ultimate too.
Yeah.
Came over and kicked our asses. Yeah.
Yep.
It's funny. Us Australians don't win many of our own big competitions, do we?
No, we don't. Yeah.
We're pretty shit at video games, it turns out. Good at putting on competitions, but shit at the actual games.
Yeah, true.
Can't win them. Yeah.
No. I mean, who won the Kong Offs? It was Shane. and then it was an
Jane's the only
American,
Australian. Yeah.
and then
there
it was Estelle
Estelle.
won the second one, which was fine because Estelle's great. Then Billy won the
Yeah.
third
Then
one,
Billy
which was
won one.
which
It was the thing.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
forget about that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then a Kiwi won the fourth one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Barra.
Ah!
Oh, Barra.
And you won the Aussie Arcade Championships as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
right. Jeez. He just comes over and gets paid cash and everything to win these cops and goes home with
Yeah.
more
Guys should
money
figure
than he
it out.
spent.
It's
Yeah,
a good
that's
life, isn't it?
it's his meal ticket. Yep.
Yeah,
Comes
he's
in and
smart.
cleans up with prize money.
It's like if he's losing money if he doesn't come because he's probably going to win.
Yeah.
Man, you take holidays from work and then he's making extra money as well as getting holiday pay probably. Bastard, man.
Hope you're paying tax on that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Probably
If
not.
you're listening, New Zealand government, get onto him. He needs to be paying all those useless New Zealand dollars to you.
Yep.
Right, sorry about all the shit talking. We could do a catch up with everyone, but I think we'd be here for ages and we'd probably bore Jacob. So we'll do that in another episode, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe I reckon I would like to know, Jacob, sir, what was your history with gaming, like growing up in Denmark with gaming? How did you get into it? And if you want to just give us a bit of background.
Yeah. Well, the first time I ever played a game was back in 1985. I was 6 years old. I was in this burger place with my dad. We were waiting for a order, and in the back they had arcade machines. Never seen anything like it before. I knew what a television was, and here was these televisions with moving pictures on them, and I could see that people were controlling what was going on the screen. So I asked my dad if I could try it. So he there was nothing to stand on, no chairs or anything. So he just picked me up and helped me there. And so I played a little bit of Commando.
Oh, rad.
Oh, cool, man.
Sick.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So that's my first memory of playing video games. And it's still very clear to me.
Whoa.
Well, after that, I mean, growing up in Denmark and in Europe, so it's obvious that it's the Commodore that was the majority of households. So when I was 9 in the Christmas of '88, I got a Commodore 64. So that was my
Nice.
first home. I'll call it a console. Is a computer, but I only used it for gaming. And the first two games I had was Buggy Boy and Rampage. So I played a lot of that.
Wow.
And then
Nice.
the neighbors, one of my neighbors, he was a couple of years older than me, but he hooked me up with all the pirated games. So
Oh yeah.
I had a lot of games back then.
Oh,
And
that's nice.
it's actually funny that many years later, it turns out that all my favorite games on the Commodore were actually arcade ports, like Galaga,
Oh.
Dig
Yeah.
Dog, Burger Time.
So you were an arcade addict before you even realized that you were.
Yeah, because I didn't go to the arcades. Well, it was around the same time as I got the Commodore 64. There was a lot of arcades around me in my childhood and early teens.
Right. And what's the city or the town that you lived in?
I lived in a suburb just outside the city of Vejle,
Okay.
same place Johnny's from.
Jacob, but did you have many kind of like original dedicated cabs, or was it mainly just low boys within Denmark?
We didn't have low boys. I think that's an Australian thing. But thinking back, because I've been to there was arcades everywhere, and I don't remember seeing any dedicated cabinets at all. It was all these standard JAMA cabinets. They did have dedicated cabinets for special control games like Outrun and Chase Headquarters and stuff like that. But thinking back, it was all these. We had two companies in Denmark that that did these JAMA cabinets, and it was we call them JK cabinets. The thing is Joytul. I think it's German. I don't know. And combo games. So they were everywhere.
Nice. I was wondering with the Commodore 64 because we had this like I think it was in America and Australia. I don't know if they had the same ad, but it was like, "Are you keeping up with the Commodore? Because the Commodore is keeping up with you." Did you have something like that in Denmark?
I don't remember seeing that at all.
Oh,
I
man.
can't remember. I don't think it was until the 16-bit era where I remember seeing commercials on TV for
Okay.
video games.
Yeah, it wasn't really mainstream or at least not that I can remember. I
Yeah.
guess it took a while for it to become mainstream, but it was
I do
always
remember
like, popular.
in school in the library they got these computer magazines. I remember seeing an ad for the Amiga 500, and it was just a picture of a pillow, and it says "Dreams do come true."
That's pretty cool. I think there's an Amiga Mini coming out, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
I heard about that. Yeah, I haven't played much Commodore games, actually, maybe not at all, or Amiga that era. I sort of have started at the Atari 2600 and on, so I'd love to get onto some of those old like computer games.
Yeah,
because there's
it has some
people
great games
rave
for
about
sure.
them. Yeah,
But yeah, it has a very distinct look to it, the graphics and the sound
and the colors. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
not
very,
a huge
very
color palette,
European.
right? Yeah, that's
Oh, it's
cool.
got
Yeah.
plenty of colors, but they all use kind of the same style, very colorful. And the way they
Yeah.
draw the characters with the eyes and stuff is very similar across the board.
Oh, right.
And the
Very
sprites
cool.
always seemed a little bit shorter and fatter on Commodore as well.
Yeah.
A bit more robust.
Yeah.
Mike, no body shaming, mate. Come on. It's 2021, mate. People can be short and fat if they want.
There was definitely a lot of purples and browns colored to use on the Commodore games. Like it was just just the way the programming worked on the machine. Yeah, because I grew up with a Commodore as well, Jacob. So I feel like a similar sort of string where I experienced a lot of arcade games before I even knew they were arcade games, because it was just fun games on the Commodore that we had.
Yeah. It just shows
nice.
that the gameplay holds up. It's very fun.
Yeah, for sure.
As long as you get the gameplay right, like with the port, then it's going to be a hit if it was a hit in the arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jacob, did you get Commando on the Commodore and then realize that it was the arcade game you'd played, or?
Yeah, I played a lot of Commando on Commodore.
Yeah, it's fun, eh?
Yeah.
It's fun.
And Bubble, that was a great port in Commodore.
Yeah, definitely.
That was I actually saw that at my local bar and grill. They had the Bubble machine, and then I don't know, sometime after, maybe it was months, maybe half a year, my friend told me my cousin has that game on C64. And I was like, what? I can play this at home?
Oh,
awesome.
man.
Awesome.
It's crazy. Like now you can play everything just on your computer. But back then it was just like amazing to have access to certain games at home. Like I can just stay inside and play games all day. What?
Yeah.
Oh man, so cool. So when did you move on from the Commodore, like into the next, what was after that, and what age were you at that time?
It's kind of a blur. It's funny thinking back because now we have these console generations that's like 5 to 7 years and they get a new console. But thinking back from when I was 9 till I was 15 when I got my PC, that's 6 years. I had so many things. But after the Commodore, I think it must have been the Super Nintendo, Christmas of '91.
Oh baby,
that's a big jump. That
is a big jump. I skipped. I mean, there's so many stories, but I played a lot of Nintendo, but I didn't have one. So I skipped that. I don't know anybody who had an Atari 2600. Don't know anybody who had a Sega Master System. But the Super Nintendo, that really grabbed me. I saw, a demo kiosk of Super Mario World, and I was hooked.
Oh
I-
man.
I needed to have that thing.
Yeah.
But it was very
Wow.
expensive, and we didn't have a lot of money when I grew up, so I had a paper route. So I agreed with my parents that I paid half. So I paid half, and they gave me the other half. So I got it for Christmas there in '91. So I
Hey.
got the bundle package with the Super Mario World, and then I got another game, Super Tennis.
Ah, yeah.
That's
Cool.
one of the best
Nice.
sports games ever made, I think.
Yes, it's actually pretty good. Hey, I never bothered with it because I don't mess
Yeah.
with sports games too much, but I should give it a
It's
shot.
really good. I'm actually surprised they're not doing competitions in that game.
Oh man, yeah,
It's like a tennis version of Windjammers almost. I
oh
think.
man,
All
maybe
right,
they should
cool.
have one at Netherworld because they do all kinds of different
Yeah.
competitions there.
Yeah, do one in Super Tennis. It's gonna be a blast.
I'm gonna
Oh,
check
yeah.
out. Yeah, I'm gonna check this game out. Yeah, never seen it before. Yeah.
I had the opportunity to buy like a brand new one because someone had like a shipping box with some games that they were selling when I was still in Australia, and it was like mint condition in box. But I was like, I don't want to pay like $100 for a Super Tennis, you know.
Yeah.
But maybe I should have, especially now with the crazy like prices in games. Could have got it graded, you know. Maybe I would have sold
Yeah.
for a
What a
1.5 million, you know, from Wada. Wow, what a load of shit.
Yeah.
hey.
Oh man, there's some dodgy shit going on there. Oh god.
Yeah.
Let's just play the games that we have and yeah, keep them in good condition. But yeah, if you have a sealed Mario, guys, out there, it's not worth $1 million. Not even close.
No.
Ah.
If I won the
Aw.
lottery or something, I'll do a YouTube channel where I just buy sealed copies and then open them on
Open them.
Oh, you'd actually get a lot of people
Yeah.
like watching.
That'd
that.
be great.
Oh.
That'd be so popular.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, look at this 9.8 A++ seal. Ah, bah!
Yeah.
Yeah, and just drop it on the floor and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do the hammer test.
Oh man,
That's my dream.
Some-
That's the worst thing. I mean, seeing people buy stuff and just put it up on the shelf.
yeah,
Damn
dude.
thing.
Yeah, play it. Like, fair enough if it's another copy or something, and
Yeah.
you've got one to play, but at the same time, then there's someone else out there, especially if it's a rare game, who wants to play the original that can't. Because you can
Yeah.
emulate everything, but it's not the same as like blowing the cartridge off, chucking it in, making
No.
sure it works, and playing it on a CRT.
Yeah.
That's something special that touches me in a very special way.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh. Spacey's Cafe and Arcade in Toowoomba kindly sponsors the Play It Up podcast. If you are ever in or near Toowoomba, we think you're crazy if you don't give them a visit. Spacey's has loads of arcade and pinball machines, retro consoles, and even air hockey. They have an excellent selection of food and drinks for the whole family, and have some great beers on tap. Spacey's is open Wednesday through Sunday, and you can check them out on Facebook and Instagram to keep up to date with the awesome events they have going on there. Spacey's is located at 2 Club Lane in Toowoomba. Take a trip back to the 80s with Spacey's. Right, yes. So you had tennis and Super Mario World. And do you remember finishing Super Mario World as a kid?
Yeah. It took me about a month, I think, the first time. And then I can't remember, but I figured out about the secret exits. So I tried to find all of those too. But yeah, I definitely finished it.
Nice, man.
I remember finishing it for the first time. I was sitting playing late afternoon, and dinner was ready, and I was at the final boss where Bowser flies around in that clown car.
Yeah.
I was just a minute. I was
Oh,
so
that's
amped
funny.
up because it was the final battle, and
Yeah, that's
yeah, dinner was ready. But yeah, I got
when
to
you're a
finish
kid
it
and
then go
you
to dinner.
haven't finished many games as well. Like that's like an epic moment. Like,
That's huge. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you're playing on original stuff. So you can save it in Super Mario World, but it's not like you save it right before Bowser, right?
No, well, you can pause the game, but
True.
Nobody
it's
wants
very
to.
very
Yeah.
amped
Nobody
up.
wants to pause the game when you're like, it's all there. Yeah. You have,
Yeah,
to,
yeah.
you have to finish.
Exactly.
You'd be eating dinner like, oh fuck, spilling it everywhere. What's wrong with you, Jacob? Are you doing drugs? No, it's just Nintendo. Ah! Oh man, that's awesome though. I only just finished it for the first time. I don't know, a couple months ago, and it's not easy. So to finish that as a kid,
Yeah, it's
it's
definitely
pretty
not
good,
easy.
man. No,
It's a
none of
pretty great
those.
game because all that secret stuff, the star levels and the special road,
Yeah, yeah, like
especially
you
the
fit.
special road. That's some tough levels up there.
That's where it's like the shape of a star, the map. That
Yeah,
one,
after
or
that, if you complete the star road, it warps you up to special road. So it's just this long parallel road with levels on it. I think it's levels you already completed, just even harder.
oh man, I don't know if I did that part. Oh,
And spoiler alert, if you complete that, you go back to the start, but it's alternate reality. So all the Koopas are wearing Mario masks and stuff like that.
Wow.
yeah, I
Sick.
knew that part.
Oh my god, awesome.
Wow.
Oh no, I really hope that I have a save state.
I was going to say,
That's
did you
like
really
in
finish it
the
though,
edge.
Yeah,
Sean?
sure.
Yeah.
I beat Bowser, and then I went to the Star Road, and I beat that, and I thought that was it. I think I have to look back because I streamed it. Oh, dude, that kind of way to bum me out, Jacob. Jeez, man.
What do you mean?
And
That means you
no
don't have to.
problem.
You don't have to play Donkey Kong now. You can play something different. It's like the best thing
Yeah.
that you could hope for.
You know
Well,
that I have to play Donkey Kong. I don't have a choice.
Well,
Hey.
thanks, Jacob, for coming on to the Play It Up
Mm.
podcast.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's actually cool because I want to experience like more of that game because it's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Some of the best music too in the Mario series. Like, oh god, gorgeous. So then, what would you say was your next console or big game
Yeah.
on? What was some of your favorites of the Super Nintendo? Because that's my favorite
Oh,
console.
on the Super Nintendo,
Yeah.
Super Mario Kart.
Oh yeah.
Played that a lot, the first one.
Hell yeah.
I was getting into gaming magazines back then, so I saw, the 2-page spread with Super Mario Kart, and I just had to have that one. So
That's like the equivalent of like a Playboy centerfold, when you're a
yeah,
kid.
exactly. So
The 2-page
so
spread.
I saved up for that and then bought it. It's the first game I bought on release.
Whoa, cool.
And I had a friend stay over. We played it all weekend. We stayed up on Friday and played it all the way to like 5 a.m. Slept for 2 hours, and
Oh,
then
that's awesome.
started playing again.
Oh,
And
man.
it's the family game. I play with my brothers and my dad every year around Christmas.
Oh,
Awesome.
That's heaps
We
good.
have a get together, so we pull out the Super Nintendo and put on Super Mario Kart and battle it out.
Ah,
hell yeah, man. Are they still
That is
gamers?
So how long has it been now? It's what is it, 30 years now?
Yeah.
No, 29.
About-
29
about-
years.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so cool. Like every
Yeah,
Christmas,
it's a great
it's
game.
like, all right, time
Amazing.
to kick their ass at Mario Kart again.
Yeah. And another great one is Street Fighter 2, the first one. I
Ooh.
played that a lot.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
I remember them rolling it into the arcade
Oh,
when it came out. I mean, that tiny arcade, it was 2 by 3 meters, and they had like 8 machines in there. So it was pretty cramped.
man.
And everybody there loved Street Fighter 1. And thinking
What?
back, I don't know how we played that game. I mean, you have to
Yeah,
take
fuck
into
that
account
game.
it was the time when the favorite movies of ours was American Ninja and Karate Kid. So there was no fighting games around back then. I mean, GR
Yeah.
Kung Fu maybe, or Karate Champ.
Yep.
But then we got Street Fighter 1 with the big sprites. But as I remember it was not those big punch buttons. We didn't have that. And
Okay.
it was definitely not 6 buttons per player. I think it was only 2 buttons, punch
Yeah.
and a kick. So I have no
Oh.
idea how we played it back then.
Wow.
Yeah, I
But then
hate
one
that
day,
game. Oh.
then one day, the operator, he came in with a new machine that had we could see it was for 2 players, and each player had 6 buttons, so it's just what, that many
Mm.
buttons? What's going on? Then you turn on the machine and it was just instantly popular.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, nobody played versus against each other. Everybody played the computer back then.
Oh,
Right.
Really?
So yeah, so when we got it in the arcade, I think shortly after in the magazine, it was announced that it was coming up for Super Nintendo. So
Oof.
I got it. I think it was Christmas or
Man.
January '93 maybe.
Oh,
Yeah, I
man,
played the shit out of that.
Oh yeah, that's really interesting. That like, because nowadays no one really wants to play fighting games just against the computer unless you're speedrunning, I guess. But if you have a
Yeah.
friend with you, you always want to play each other. It's
Yeah,
crazy that didn't take off straight
that
away.
in that tiny arcade of ours, there was everybody was playing for score back then.
Wow.
Because I guess
That's
that
really
was the norm up until that point. Every game was a score-based game.
Yeah.
That score. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good point.
Wow. Because I guess if you beat
I
your
mean-
friend, you're like, yeah, okay, but you didn't get a certain score.
yeah, but some played against each other. A friend of mine, he played one of the older guys there, and he kept doing the sweep move with Guile, that double sweep. And
yeah.
that older guy, he couldn't get past it. He was like shouting,
So
"Stop
mad.
doing that! Stop doing that!" And of course, he
Classic.
didn't stop doing that because he didn't want to lose his quarter. Because when he had beat that guy, he could continue playing.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
of course.
So that guy, he just punched him in the stomach because he wouldn't stop.
in real
Holy
life.
shit.
Yeah, in real life, right
Oh
there. in
my
the cabinet. He
God.
said,
Did he
I
say,
told you to
"Sure,
stop doing that. Bop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we didn't have in the arcade. There was no move instructions, so nobody knew how to do anything.
Mm.
We didn't know about. It wasn't until I got the Super Nintendo that we figured out there were special moves in the game.
Oh
Whoa.
man. Wow, a simpler time. Like
Yeah,
just
it
using
really
punches
was.
and kicks.
Just punching
Yeah.
people in the arcade.
Yeah.
Oh, we figured out with Blanca that you could do electricity if you mash really fast.
Yeah.
Right. So that would have been
Yeah.
a popular thing because that's the easiest. And also Honda. I don't know if people
Honda's
figured out
100,
there.
100 fist. Yeah.
Yeah, Honda was really popular.
Chun Li's kick as well.
Yeah.
Man, Honda's
Yeah.
such a fat turd.
So Jacob, you're saying that you guys played for score in the arcade.
Yeah.
Did you guys like have a high scoreboard or anything like that, or was there much of a crew happening at that time? Or
No, there was no scoreboard. It was just, getting the highest score on the machine.
Yep.
The top score on the
Mm.
machine.
And did it save it or?
Yeah, some games did. I mean,
Yeah.
it was, I started going to that arcade in '87, so it was the JAMA era, so most games saved scores, I think.
I guess by that point, yeah, true.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that's awesome, man. And at what age were you when, like, for the Super Nintendo era?
I got it, I think it was Christmas '91, so I was 12 years old.
Okay, all right. And you had that. Like, what was the next thing that came up for you?
Well,
Sorry,
shortly
for
after that, couple of
questions.
months after that, I got the Game Boy.
Mm.
So I had that. That was great.
That's
It
a
came
match
with
made in heaven.
Tetris.
Oof.
It came with
Oh,
Tetris,
yeah.
and I had Super Mario Land and Mega Man 2, I think. I beat
man.
Mega Man 2 on the Game Boy. That's crazy to me, actually, even now.
Wow. Nice. Is that a pretty tough game, is it? I haven't played it.
Yeah, it is. I think all Mega Mans are pretty tough games.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to get
But
going
yeah,
on
I
those a
got-
bit.
I don't know what you call it, but when you acknowledge your allegiance to God, when you're a kid, teenager, I don't know, confirmation we call it.
Oh yeah.
So we have a big a party, and I got a lot of money, so I bought an Amiga 1200 back then. I only think I had that for a year, then I moved on to PC
Okay.
and
Oh.
PlayStation.
The
I mean,
master race.
Everything happened so fast back then because
Yeah.
I was 13, then I bought an Amiga 1200. So that's 94. Then in 95 came the PlayStation and the Sega Saturn. Got both of
Oh,
those,
yeah.
not at the same time.
Oh man.
I got the PlayStation first, played that, sold it, bought the Sega Saturn when Sega Rally came out. that was my game on that console. And then I sold that and bought a PlayStation again. I mean, I didn't have a lot of money, so in order to get the new stuff, I had to sell the old stuff. So at this time, I think I've had like 15 Super Nintendos, and the PlayStation 1 I have now is number 12. So I've sold and bought.
Holy shit.
Dude, that's crazy.
So then in 94, I got a PC. I was a member of this after school youth club, but it was for nerds. So everybody had a PC. So they had this local LAN set up where we could play each other in Doom and stuff like that. So you brought your own PC and then you played everybody. But I had so many consoles back then. I think it slowed down a bit in 90. Well, I got a Nintendo 64 in 98. Then it's kind of a blur because then I went to college in 99. PlayStation 1 was definitely still a thing back then, but I was also playing PC. So 99 PC and PlayStation 1. Then in 2001 came the PlayStation 2. I got that. Didn't really like it. Then in 2003, I got the Xbox.
Yeah.
Xbox was my thing. It was like the Dreamcast 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
true.
after
They had
that,
a lot
it
of
was
Sega games on it.
Yeah, I had Xbox and it was awesome.
Yeah, it really was.
I got one as well, and I had it at some point. We had it like cracked or modded, and we had like this modified version of Halo where you could shoot like rockets out of an SMG. It was just ridiculous. Yeah,
sick.
You could still
Sounds
play it
good.
online, so that was pretty wild.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. That sounds crazy.
Yeah,
but yeah, that was up all until the Xbox, and after that, I got the Xbox 360. I saw the commercial for Dead Rising. I just had to have that console. Dead Rising was one of my favorite games. I really like that. Never owned a PlayStation 3. I didn't really have any of the obscure consoles. It's always the mainstream one. So I stuck with 360 for a long time, and then got the PlayStation 4 for GTA 5, I think. Played that a lot with some friends.
Yeah,
cool.
Dude. It's a good game.
And then when they got this shit together with the Xbox One, I got one of those. I got the One X. Still have that one right now.
Sweet.
So that's what I'm on right now. I'm playing a lot of 360 still, and my main console is the Xbox One X, and then PC also.
Yeah, it has great backwards compatibility, right? The One X.
Yeah,
definitely.
I've got a lot of I've probably similar to you, I'd say, Jacob, where I've got a lot of Xbox 360 games that I purchased a long time ago and download them for the Xbox now, and so I've got this huge collection of just all of the arcade games that I was playing, and yeah, it's really cool. The backwards compatibility and the games play great.
Really good. Definitely. Yeah,
Can
me too. I really.
Sorry. Go
ahead, John.
Oh, can you play original Xbox on the Xbox One X as well?
Some of them. Some games you can.
Oh, that's crazy. That's
So three
it's really
generations
cool.
on one console. Like that's. It's weird that they don't make it just like across the board for all of them, but I have no idea how that stuff works. So. Yeah.
I wonder what kind of problems they would run into with those kind of things. Like, it's funny that you can do it with some, but not all.
Yeah, they only make some of the most popular titles backwards compatible from like the first gen Xbox. So I guess which would make sense. They wouldn't go and do the whole back catalog and all the obscure ones, just the ones that were popular and would sell now as well.
Right. Yeah. So when you put
as I understand it, there's a lot of stuff with the licensing. So all those arcade games or especially the racing games like the first Forza Motorsport with all the music in it, they don't want to pay for that licensing again. So
yeah,
true. Yeah, they'd have to look at like, are we really going to make our money back on this if we keep paying for the licensing?
Yeah,
probably not, because the majority of people just want what's new.
Yeah.
and what's new and cool, but not us.
Yeah.
We stick with the old stuff because we are cool. We are the cool guys.
We are?
Who never forget. Yeah, dude, didn't you know? If you ask anyone in this chat right now, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We're cool.
Well, so that takes us up to basically where you're at now with gaming.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about your future records, what you plan to do if you do have any a bit later. But right now, I would love to hear about how you came across Metal Slug and what made you want to get the record. And I believe it was in 2015, right, that you set the world record.
Yeah, 2015. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got into to emulation way back in the late 90s on the earlier versions of MAME, and there was a emulator just specifically for Neo Geo back then called Neo Rage X. So I mean, it was crazy back then because as soon as the games came out brand new, you can play them on the emulator. I think that kind of led to the downfall of the Neo Geo. So
I didn't know that.
We tried out all these Neo Geo games because the graphics were just amazing back then for that system, and we came across Metal Slug, and it looked fantastic. I mean, the animation and the sprite work and stuff like that, and it was just really, really hard. So I bought an arcade machine. I bought a Sega Neo Astro City in 2011, and I got a Neo Geo 1 slot and Puzzle Bubble and Metal Slug for it.
Awesome.
So once I started playing Metal Slug, you get better and better. And in the end, I started a YouTube channel back then too. So one of the first videos I put up, it was back when you can only do videos that was 10 minutes long. So there was these 3 videos of me completing the game without dying. So I'd gotten that good back in, that was 2011. And I mean, just played a lot of games, and Michael from the shed, he wanted to do a world record event at the shed, so we had to come up with games we wanted to play and try to break records, and I settled on Metal Slug because I'd gotten so good at it.
Man, that's awesome. Yeah, Michael's he's responsible in some part for a lot of different records, I imagine.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So then you set it at the shed then, was that right?
Yeah, we set it at the shed.
Hell yeah.
I mean, there's a big difference to completing the game and then beating the high score.
Right.
But it takes a lot of practice, and I didn't get it in the first try. I think I started at like 5 in the afternoon, and I got it 1:30 after midnight.
Oh man.
Right.
Yeah, that's a big effort. That's like 8 hours basically of
It's such a tough game though. Like
no auto fire, so pressing those Neo Geo buttons for like that many hours.
Man, yeah, it's harder than some other games. Like in Donkey Kong, if you lose a life, you don't really lose much score. But if you lose a life in Metal Slug,
you lose a lot because
all the prisoners, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they reset. Yeah.
So if you've got
that's a reset. Reset if you die.
So was was your
So
world record run a no death run, or did you just die at good places?
No. Yeah, there's a spot on stage 5 where there's this armored vehicle, and as long as you don't get it fully into the picture, you can shoot it for points. So you have to play. You have to play for score and maximize your score on the first 4 levels, and then get to that spot in stage 5 with all your lives, and then you just stand there and shoot the thing until your timer runs out and you dies. And then you move on. Then you have to complete the rest of the game on the last life, and that's not easy. The last stage is pretty tough.
Wow.
Crazy.
So that's definitely not just a case of like, oh, if you make it to that point, then you're set and you can just milk it.
Oh, definitely not.
No way. far out. Then you've got the pressure of like, okay, I can't die again for the rest of the game. And I'm assuming that's the hardest part of the game, right?
Yeah, that last stage is really, really tough.
Oh man, I
There's
want to
just
watch your run.
enemies coming in everywhere.
Oof.
Coming
Is
in?
it on YouTube? Is your run on YouTube or Twitch somewhere?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Awesome.
So just if we could backtrack a bit, Jacob, what was your introduction to the shed? How did you find out about it?
Oh, well, I used to go to the arcade. Then arcades disappeared around 2000, and it was all consoles from there and online play. And then came the King of Kong. I watched that, and it kind of reignited something in me. I remembered all the arcade games and scores. So I went to Twin Galaxies to look up scores for games I knew, and I wanted to see if it was a thing in Denmark with arcade scores. And I found a forum called Spillemaskiner. Is like arcade games, and it had a high score forum.
It means like game machine, right? Spieler is game and Maschine.
Yeah.
Because that's similar to I think in German it would be like Spielermaschine.
Spielermaschine, yeah.
So similar.
So they had a high school forum that was actually run by Michael.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it had different threads for different games. So I started participating in that and got to know people on there. And sometime in late 2010, he just sent an open invite to come to the shed, and I went. I mean, it was an open invitation to everybody, and there was actually quite a few people on the forum back then. Johnny was not part of the forum back then, so but only 3 people showed up. Me.
Johnny
and,
doesn't know how to use a computer.
Yeah, that's.
He's really bad with technology. He would have been a part of it if he could, I think. Sorry, Johnny.
Yeah.
He's going to watch this on his phone. He's going to kick your ass.
Happy birthday, John. Yeah.
He will. He'll be like, what? How do you listen to a podcast if it's not on YouTube? Ah, Johnny, please. It's so
yeah,
funny.
but only 3 people showed up. It was me and Daniel. I think you know him. He's Delar online. Delar 75.
I
probably do.
And Donkey Thomas. He's not with us anymore. But the 3 of us was there and played all the machines. It was great.
Oh man, so you were like one of the original guys.
One of the OGs.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Michael told me that in our interview.
Yeah,
but, I remember at the time.
I remember you mentioning it, Sean, because the forums came up, and that's what was Michael's start back into this as well. And so it makes sense that Michael had started a few threads on the forum and then introduced the shed through that. It's pretty cool, man.
And I think the first shed was just that you guys went there kind of for the day, right? And then left it. But then I think after that, I guess Michael was like, well, this is not long enough. Let's do a whole weekend.
The second one was a whole weekend.
Oh, man.
It's so good.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah, it was like one of the best weekends of my life. And I think I need to go again.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I want to go again as many times as I can. But I think at the first time you're getting to know everyone. Plus, I just wanted to play games so much because it had been a year basically since I played arcade games on actual machines.
Oh, wow!
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
For guys that in Brisbane who go to Netherworld all the time, like that's a long time. Because I was playing them once or twice a week in Australia. And then I went
but definitely a big shout out to Michael, because I don't think there would be a community in Denmark if there was no open shed.
Yeah, not at least not nearly as good or like as I don't know.
No, I think it would have been stuck to the to maybe the forum and the score system there. I don't think people would know each other as good as they do now. When we can go there and hang out, have beers, and play games.
Yeah, dude. And go down the road and get a French hot dog.
Yeah.
Man, the hot dog stands in Denmark are next level, guys. So just keep that in mind if you go.
I remember you
So
talking
good.
it up.
Oh
Keen to
man,
find out one day. Sounds great.
Yeah,
mate.
it really is great.
Oof, best sausage I've ever had in my mouth.
And that's saying something.
That's from a very wide selection. So yeah.
That's why it's called a French hot dog, because you put it in mouth like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a French kiss. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I said when they were like, "Hey, why are you eating it like that?" I'm like, "Oh, you're not supposed to like use your tongue like that."
If you're not deep throating it, you're not doing it right.
I was thinking it.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know. I'll probably keep that in
Right.
there. Sorry if I don't edit that out. If anyone who's offended,
Yep.
then actually no, I'm not sorry. There's nothing wrong
No.
with that. Oh man. So then you weren't really going for the world record until Michael brought up this like world record event.
No, I don't. I can't. I mean, I tried to get better at the game because I could see what the score was on Twin Galaxies, and I
Mhm.
think at the time it was like 2.2 million. There was two guys on there that was going back and forth, and I was like, I can beat that. I can beat that score, but
Mm.
I wasn't. The thought wasn't in my head that I could get a world record. Not until that Michael mentioned that he was going to do this event. Then I was like, okay, now I'm gonna practice for real and get the record at the shed.
Hell
I can't.
yeah.
There was other people playing games that weekend, but I can't remember. I think Kim Cannon Arm, he was going for something. I can't remember if he was going for Playad's record back then. Could have been. I
Right.
think no Raz. I don't know. Maybe Raz went for Ice Cold beer. Might have been too
Yeah.
early for that.
Man, I'm sure Kim was going for something.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
Raz playing ice cold beer. That's something I'd have to see because I think it might have been you, Sean, that was telling me like the first weekend when Netherworld opened that Johnny came in and was playing ice cold beer and
Yeah.
sort of sounded pretty amazing. And that
Oh,
Raz taught Johnny.
Yeah,
Right.
Raz is a beast at that game. He marathoned it for 31 hours. He had the world record, right? I don't know if he still does, but
I believe a
Oh,
guy in America picked it up, a young kid from America, but
yeah.
I don't know if that was before or after Raz. Sorry, but yeah.
Shout out to Raz as well.
hell yeah. What up, Raz? Man, Raz is fucking hilarious. He's like Johnny, but tells like a joke every minute. He has so many
He's
jokes.
the joke machine.
Oh my god. He's fucking hilarious. Oh my god. I'll get him
I
on the
remember when
podcast as well.
he started playing Ice Cold Beer. Yeah, there was a tournament at the shed, and Ice Cold Beer was one of the games. And then it just clicked with Raz. He got really good at it really fast. And the machine is kind of low compared to other machines. So he was playing like squatted down. So when we were going home Sunday, his legs were just destroyed.
Oh, I can hear him now. My fucking legs, they're so painful. Holy shit. Oh, he's a legend. Man. So that 20, have you played Metal Slug much since then? And could you already get the score before the day? Had you worked like to that point where you could do it?
I
Or
practiced
was that the
it.
first one?
Yeah, I practiced it at home, and I struggled a lot with the last stage, but everything up to that point I could do. But I didn't break the score at home, so I broke it at the shed.
Man, nice.
And since then, I mean, that was in 2015. Then I played in a big online tournament in 16, where it was one of the games, and I got first place in that game. And then I haven't played it since.
Okay.
I got sick of it. I got really sick of it. But when you were there at the shed, it was a 1cc event. We ran
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of Saturday when we completed games, and I had to play it there. So hadn't played it in 6 years. So I had a warm-up game on Friday and a warm-up game on Saturday, and then I beat the game on the stream later that day. So
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
it's like riding a bike apparently.
1cc Metal Slug is like riding a bike. That's a good quote. Man, that's great. Well, that was such a cool event, that an idea to like 1cc as many games as possible.
Yeah, it was really fun.
I was trying to with Donkey
I-
Kong, but I failed.
Yeah, I had 5 games lined up for that event. I was playing. I started out playing Outrun, then I played Metal Slug, then Kung Fu on the Play Choice 10, then Daytona USA, and finished off with Crazy Taxi. And I didn't practice any of it; just did it.
Oh man. So I didn't pay enough attention to who did what on the day. So you were successful in each one.
Yeah.
5 1cc's in a day.
Oh yeah.
And how many beers?
Oh, well, I started drinking beers after Metal Slug. I want to keep my senses sharp for Metal Slug because that's definitely the toughest one.
Smart. That's sacrifice, man, because it's pretty hard when all your mates are drinking beers and playing games and you have to wait.
Yeah, it really is.
Wow, good job. You gotta.
Yeah, thanks.
Sometimes you gotta do it for the greater good, you know.
Yeah.
So Jacob, so with Crazy Taxi, Jacob, how do you finish Crazy Taxi? How long does the game go for? How many dollars do you get at the end?
Yeah, there is no end to the game.
Okay.
But a good game for me takes just over 2 hours.
Whoa.
There's 246 customers in the game,
yeah.
and nobody's been able to pick them all up yet.
Okay.
The closest I've seen is 238 customers.
Whoa.
So what you do is the customers have different colors, and depending on what color they have, you can determine if they want to go forward on the map. The map is like one big circle, so you want to do laps around the map, so you even out how you pick up the customers. So you have to take them in the correct order and build up your timer. So when you get to the end, you get back to the starting area with everybody just wants to go forward. So you can use the timer to when you go backwards with no customers. So
wow.
Yeah, good game is just over 2 hours, and my best score on that is 96,000. That's a pretty high score.
That's insane, man. Well done.
What's the world record?
World record on arcade machine is 107,000. No, 106,000 something.
You're not too far off then if you wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Or am I wrong?
Correct.
And it's like maybe it's maybe that's something for the future.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh man.
I'm just a lazy bastard, so every time I want to play it, I know I have to set aside 2 hours to get there.
Wow. And it's not like you can really sit down and play it either, like other games, you know.
Yeah.
No, I played both on console and arcade machine, but I can only play the arcade when I'm at the shed, and I have to play it on the arcade machine to get the muscle memory.
Yeah, right.
So it's a process.
Makes sense.
Maybe Michael can lend you the machine or something if you go for the record.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Man.
Heavy machine gun.
Yeah, you just love it.
Yeah, it's just a bit of fun.
Yeah. Oh god.
Don't you have a guy in Australia who's number 1 in Wonder Boy?
It's Neil. Well, it was Neil.
It was me, and then but there's another Australian who's got the world record for Wonder Boy now.
Steve Kerr is the current holder.
No, he played for the Chicago Bulls.
He did. I think he coached as well somewhere, but he was really good at Wonder Boy too. No, it's not. It's really not the same person.
Imagine if it was.
That'd be amazing. No, Steve works at 1989 Bar and Arcade as well. Equally amazing as Chicago Bulls, Steve Kerr.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Into his speed running with Sega Master
Yeah,
System
hella
speed running.
hella into speed runs big time. And I think he was going for, wasn't he going for the world record on Midnight Resistance as well? Or
yeah, he got that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, did he?
that at 1989. Yep.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Smashed it out of the park. So
cool game.
yeah.
He's got the
Yeah, he
Wonder
got
Boy
skills.
record for now until Neil decides
Yeah.
otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Neil.
Wonder Boy actually used to be my favorite game.
Oh, that's cool, man.
I practiced it back in 09 and 2010 to get the world record, but
Ooh.
I just I can't play it anymore.
Yeah.
I soured on it so bad.
Yeah, as soon as I stopped playing Jacob, like that, as soon as I got the world record, I didn't touch it for a long time. Like, so I broke it in 2018, and I had a game a couple of months ago, and that was the first time I've enjoyed playing it for so long. Yeah.
Yeah. Growing up, it was definitely my favorite game, and then when I got on into all this being a score business, I wanted to do it on Wonder Boy, my favorite game. It wasn't my favorite game anymore.
Yeah.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah, it's a different thing, hey, when you're actually playing a game to really push it to accomplish something.
Yeah.
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 Totally. It's not fun anymore.
It can ruin a fun game for you. Really, it's Were there any other games like that, Jacob, that you played too much in the end and just decided?
Yeah,
that,
Metal Slug.
Yeah, Metal Slug.
Yeah, that's such a cool shirt you're wearing, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Can you stand up a little so we can see it? That's all right. Yeah,
That's sick. Yeah,
awesome.
There's the slug.
There we are.
Fucking cool.
Did you ever get
awesome.
into like Metal Slug 2 or 3 after that, or do you have any?
I played them, and I was actually going for the Metal Slug 2 record a couple of years ago, but I can't play games where you have to stand in a location and just shoot things for 20 minutes. It's too boring.
Yeah.
I have no patience with games these days, so I actually play a lot of short games like Outrun or Micro 31 in Galaga and stuff like that, Contra games.
Yeah, right.
Short games. Yeah, I speedrun Kung Fu on the NES. That's like 4 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Wow. 4 minutes. Oh my god.
That's pretty cool. Like, yeah, if you've only got like 30 minutes or 20 minutes to play that day, you can have a few runs.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You gonna come back to us, Neil, or you?
Yeah, I'm here. My camera's just playing up.
Stroganoff.
Neil does this whenever someone talks about kung fu because he jerks off. It's super weird.
He'll be back in a minute.
He'll be back in much sweatier in like 2 minutes. You're weird, Neil. What's wrong with you, mate?
It's a problem, all right? So,
not
where do you find an answer for these things? Like,
it's not a problem for you, Neil. It's a problem for everyone else, man.
Yeah, you're having the time of your life over there.
This is
karate
great.
chopping your dick away.
Wow.
That's too good.
That's amazing.
no, it's still not back.
No.
That's okay.
Yeah, you guys keep on going. I'll fix this
Maybe.
up shortly.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask.
Give me 15.
I just got to go get the lotion. I wanted to ask Jacob, what's your collection like? But by the sounds of things, you don't really collect as much as you sort of buy and then you sell when you're done with it. But maybe you do have some like special things.
Well, I've built collections and sold them in my adult life a couple of times because I collected a lot for GameCube and Super Nintendo, and then when I had everything, I was like, I don't have time to play all this. What am I doing? What am I actually doing? Then I sell everything, and then 6 months go by, and like, oh, why did I sell it? Why did I sell it? I have to collect this again. Then it's a cycle. But now I stopped selling stuff. and I don't really collect to collect. I collect the games that I want to play.
Yep.
So I collect either games that use special controllers like on games, or games that I know I want to go for a record in. So that's what's in my collection right now. Well,
Cool.
except for my Xbox 360 collection, that's huge. That's games I bought, when the console came out.
Yep.
It's a good one to collect for too, because it's basically all quite affordable. I don't know right now if the prices are going up or not, but
Yeah, they're pretty
prices are
cheap,
going
man.
up a little bit. Going up a
Yeah.
little bit on the harder to get stuff. All the Japanese bullet hell shooters are getting pretty expensive, but I got those when they came out, so it's no problem for me right now.
oh, nice.
Is
Cave
that
shooters and
S-
stuff like
Is
that.
it, yeah, Espagluta, is that one of them, Jacob?
Yeah, Espagluta 2 is on that.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think I got all of them actually.
I think there was a collection that came out by Cave
Mm.
in Japan. I saw The Last Gamer got it
Yeah,
on YouTube a
that-
while ago.
Big white box.
Yeah, that's probably the way I'd go.
Well, they named it after your mum, Sean.
The big white box. Oh, you fucker!
It
I was like,
took you
what?
long enough. Wait a second, there's something in this.
Yeah.
Julian Ruland is a
Yeah, well-
saint.
We I think we got a taste of bullet hell shooters when we were playing in Australian Arcade Championship recently here, Jacob, and we were playing Dirt on Patchy. I think it was Diaju.
Yeah.
We were playing, and it was I don't normally play those kinds of games, and it was incredibly fun, man. Amazing, really
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
And Mike's got,
definitely also
Mike's
one
got a
of
bit of
the-
hidden talent with that.
Oh, yeah,
Say what?
Mike's a Raiden. Is it Raiden 2, Mike, that you're fucking beast
Yeah.
at?
Yeah, Raiden 2, Raiden DX as well.
World
Slug,
record
I just-
holder or
I'm
no?
I'm not like a beast at them. I just love playing them. They're just fun,
Mate.
fun to play, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I've seen you play them. You're a beast.
just sweep. You just sweep left and right and avoid all the bullets and keep shooting. It's that easy.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. Like, you can think that you're not good at them, but like if you actually look up some of the world records, that you don't have to complete the game to get those world records, because some of those games are just so fucking hard to play.
They're hard.
So yeah, worth
wow.
checking out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Maybe you could be a world record holder, Mike, in Raiden 2. Have you
Yeah.
looked at that?
Well, the score that I recorded at BPAC 2019 would be second in the world if I put it up on Twin Galaxies, but I'm just too lazy. I can't be bothered.
Second in the world.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
blame you.
After
Stay
Stephen
with bloody
Holmes,
Twin
and
Galaxies.
it's only half of
Oh,
Stephen
yeah.
Holmes' score. No.
Yeah, I've noticed, Jacob, you have like shitloads of submissions on Twin Galaxies. Are you just a really patient man when it comes to uploading videos, or does it just work better in Denmark for some reason?
I actually don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's
well,
that bad. I
Because
think it depends on what browser you use.
All right, maybe it's shit Australian
Ah.
internet as well. Might be,
Yeah.
might be a thing.
yeah, because I don't know. I need to try it in Germany because that internet's really fast here. But
Mm.
what browser do you use for it, Jacob? If you don't mind me
Chrome.
asking.
Chrome.
Okay, because that's what I tried using
Yeah, that's
too.
what
and
we're
it,
using.
Yeah,
it
everybody
works.
uses
It just
Chrome, yeah.
took like way longer than uploading
Yeah.
to YouTube or something. Like literally, it would like take overnight, and a lot of the time it would just stuff up and not work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually uploaded a Double Dragon score 3 weeks ago,
Ooh, watch out,
and
Dennis.
it was a 30-minute video, and it wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the Xbox Live one, wasn't it, Jacob?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. I watched that. That was fantastic. Great.
I think it's like it took like 10 minutes to upload or something like that.
Wow.
Really? But are you
can't remember how
recording
big
it
the video
and
was.
compressing it, or is it record? Like, is that like a few gig?
There's a few 2 gigabytes maybe.
Okay,
Crazy.
maybe they've like gotten
Mm.
better, or it's just that it works better in Europe.
Maybe they bought a server instead of a laptop to. Yeah.
Yeah, because in Australia, Jacob, like getting the world record's just half the challenge. Like uploading's the other half. So
yeah. You're like, come on, don't pause,
yeah.
man. 'Cause
They're
I was
probably,
like,
probably sitting.
Kids, stop watching fucking YouTube.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
get off Netflix.
get off Netflix. Trying to
Trying to
upload a
upload my
video.
world record. Fucking hell. I'm going to be
You
number
could
10 in the world at Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, the Power region.
Yeah, level 3. I'm really good. Yeah,
I had a
probably
whole
sitting
bunch
there.
of like videos recorded to upload for Tony Hawk's because me and Johnny were going back and forth in the Power
That's right.
records.
Yeah.
And I just gave up, man. I uploaded a couple and it was just not
Yeah.
worth it. I
Yeah,
had like
same
8 more to
faults.
go, and I thought, fuck this. I don't want the record that bad. I could be playing games instead.
yeah. I saw a few records in there for Mr. Driller as well, Jacob, in your
Oh.
repertoire as well.
Yeah.
You have
Awesome
like
Yeah, that's the
70 something records. It's awesome.
yeah, but some of them are just I mean, Twin Galaxies is just like another scoreboard, so it's not the highest score on the games. It's just the highest on Twin Galaxies.
Right.
It's like that with a lot of games. Like Double Dragon on an Xbox Live is the highest score on Twin Galaxies, but I don't think it's the highest on the internet.
All right.
Yep.
Well, it's good that you're honest because you could say like, well, I'm the world record holder for like 20 different games. Because
Yeah,
like that,
I
they're
think-
the ones who Guinness goes to still for records. So technically,
Yeah, man.
you're a world record holder, right? If you're on Twin
Yeah,
Galaxies.
of course it is the official place, but
Yeah. But you
it's
feel
like
in
the
your
Olympics.
heart.
If you want to break the Olympic record and get the medal, you have to participate.
True. Yeah, I'd probably be like, a gold medalist if I participated in the skateboarding at Olympics. But
Definitely.
I'm a busy man, and
Yeah.
no, that shit was amazing. Olympians are just
Yeah.
next level.
Yeah.
But at the same time, someone who's that fit and like that athletic would really struggle to do a marathon on a video game, like something like Kim Cananan has done, or I mean, the most unathletic guy ever did the marathon in Man vs. Snake on Nibbler. Like,
Yeah,
it's a different kind of endurance, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's very, very impressive. Man, you guys, when
I
you
think
see
that-
Kim play in person, whoa, it's amazing.
Yeah, that is next level.
Oh, for sure.
Kim Canoe.
Yeah.
Got a new dog, Sean.
Oh, you can hear him or see him?
I see him. Yeah. It's a
Oh, yeah.
Frenchie.
Yeah, little French bulldog. He's not my dog, but I'm actually taking him back later today. You want to see something funny? He's like in love with his basket,
Oh, yeah.
and if you try to like take it away when he's near, he just like
Get
grabs on.
Real mad.
He's so funny.
You're right.
Really, boy. Sorry, buddy. Hello.
Hello.
He's super cute. Hey. I think he wants some lunch. It's going to have to wait. Yeah, so let's see. What were we up to? Your collection, kind of went through that. Actually, I'm curious, what's some of your, if you can think of them, what's your like top 5 games that you have in your Xbox 360 collection? A bit of a random question, but
Oh, yeah.
just
let me think
ones
about
that come to mind, then maybe.
Yeah, Dead Rising is definitely number 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's in my top 10 games of all time. I really love that game.
Nice.
Forza Horizon 1. Also played that a lot. It's a great game.
Oh yeah.
Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition.
Oh,
One of my favorite. That's one of my favorite fighting games.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that's actually my favorite ever.
Yeah?
The whole Street Fighter 4 series. I
actually think it's my favorite fighting game of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. It's so great.
Amazing.
What else? I have so many games on that system.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I really like RPGs that were released on the Xbox on that first gen. I remember Knights of the Old Republic and how many hours I spent playing that on
Oh, yeah.
Xbox. That was amazing. It's like one of my favorite games ever. Not exactly
nice.
Twin Galaxies material, but such a good game. Man, amazing.
Yeah, I just read the
that's-
other day they're doing remakes of those.
I saw that. I'm so excited. Yeah, it'll be a PS5 release. I'm looking forward to that.
Wow, it's
Yeah.
gonna look amazing, eh?
That's why I'll be buying a PS5 for the early release of that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll be
Oh,
in
yeah,
stock in a
another-
few years.
Yeah. Another favorite of mine on the Xbox 360 is the Mass Effect series.
Oh,
Speaking
yeah.
of KOTOR,
right.
yeah, I love
Yeah,
Mass Effect series. It's great.
amazing. Yep.
Whenever I ask people about their favorite games, I realize just there's so much I haven't played. It's
It's crazy,
amazing.
isn't it?
Yeah. Imagine if I didn't ever play Donkey Kong. I would have finished so many more games.
Mm. You'd be so happy as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. I'd be so much happier.
Hey, so Jacob, good question. What's Dead Rising like? I've seen the box of it at game shops, but I've never had a look at the game itself or seen videos.
Yeah, it's a third-person action game. You play a photojournalist that got some news about the zombie outbreak. So you fly in by helicopter to this shopping mall, and you have to uncover the story. So there's a lot of time pressure because you have to be at specific points in the story or in the game to progress in the story, and you have to figure out how in which order you have to save people and do stuff to do everything. And the shopping mall is your playground. So there's music stores and sports good departments and stuff like that, and you can use everything as a weapon in there.
Cool.
So it's a really fun game.
That sounds great. Holy shit.
It's a great game.
It does sound awesome, yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to play that. I've got a 360 and an Xbox One X back home, so it'll have to wait.
Yeah,
till
it's a relatively short game too, because you make an agreement with the pilot that he's going to pick you up in 3 days, and a day in game is like real life 2 hours, so it's a 6-hour
okay.
game.
Oh, really?
Wow.
So
I
it
like
is a
that.
game that you are meant to replay because you have to figure out how to do stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that a lot. I'm going to definitely pick that up. It's probably not too expensive, right? Because it was a pretty mass-produced game.
Yeah, very popular.
Pretty cheap. Yeah.
Nice. Head on down to Eddie Retro in Brisbane. Pick up one of those. Do they still do 360 at like EB Games and stuff?
Yeah, most
Maybe
still do.
just.
They're all in like the bargain bin out the front now, though, for a couple of bucks. So if ever you wanted to start bolstering your 360 collection, now would be the time to do it.
Or your PS3 collection, same.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you can pick up so much for a few bucks. It's crazy.
Yep.
You mentioned before we started recording, Jacob, that you had had some either malfunction or forgot to push a record when you were recording some attempts, like I did one time during the podcast. Well, do you have an interesting story with that and what game it was?
It actually happened a couple of times, but most recent was earlier this year, where I was going for the Point Blank records on PlayStation 1.
Ooh.
And the score on the beginner was a pretty good score. So in the game you have to be really lucky, because there's a total of, I think it's 80 stages in the game, and the game chooses at random 16 stages for your playthrough. So when you completed 8 games, there's a bonus stage where there's 4 chests on the water that's sinking. And then you have 1 bullet, you have to shoot one of them. And either you get nothing, you get an extra life, you get money, or you get both money and extra life. So you have to hit that good chest with both of them to be a contender for the score. So you have to restart. So
Ugh.
I set everything up and I press record, or I think I did, and I play and I play and play. I think I played for 2 hours, and then I finally get it, and I'm all jazzed up, and yeah, I got it, I finally got it, and show the disc on camera and all all that stuff.
Oh,
And then
man.
I look to stop the recording on OBS, and it hasn't started.
Oh,
Shit.
God.
It's just like,
Oh
no,
man.
I have to do that all again.
That's so
Oh.
devastating.
I think I had played the game for at that specific stage. I think I played that. That was the 4th day, and I just finished that 2-hour session, and it didn't record.
Man, and now when you're recording, are you like constantly like checking? Is it still recording?
Yeah,
Is
double
it still recording?
checking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, whoopee.
Oh,
Shit.
Got like 2 laptops running, 2 cameras, pushing record on both. Like.
Yeah, and in the beginning, the first couple of videos was with my old phone. I just had it on a tripod and recording with my phone, and it could easily record like 2-3 hours on the memory card. But then
Whoa.
the new phone I got is an older Android phone. It just cuts out after 45 minutes. So I was also having a really great game, beating records, and then it just
Stop.
cut out. Yeah.
If you're listening, Samsung or Android, then yeah, fuck
Good
you.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, good
Jeez.
work. Yeah. like cockheads.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
just
man,
absolutely
that's
devastating when you beat a record and didn't record it. So
it feels good though that you still did it, I guess, and you know you could do it again, but still, especially with Point Blank,
Yeah.
where it's not like, oh, I can just set up the same situation again because there's some
Yeah.
luck involved. Oh
Yeah.
man, that's brutal.
I mean, one time I played 13 games without getting the good chest in the bonus stage.
Oh,
Whoa.
that's
I really don't like stuff like that with heavy RNG when you have to get lucky.
it sucks, but it's such a nice game too. Like it's
Yeah, it really is. I love the
such
game.
that's the whole reason I bought a PS1 again when I was getting back into some games. I bought a chipped PS1, but it still came with like the original Time Crisis and Point Blank, and that's the whole reason I
Yeah.
bought it. And I was so stoked to just be able to play
Yeah.
Point Blank. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it really is. I went ahead and bought a Japanese PlayStation 1.
Oh, nice.
So I also submitted. I should have. I think there's one still waiting to be voted on, but I should
really?
have all of the PlayStation records for Point Blank now.
Including NTSC, because that Japanese is the same,
Yes.
is it? Or
Yes.
okay, so they
Yeah,
don't
there was
differentiate.
it's actually. Yeah. Well, they wanted to, because the Japanese is not called the Point Blank. It's called Gun Bullet.
Yeah.
So I have to do this whole case where I found videos on the internet with the same stages where we got approximately the same score. So I could do comparisons to show them that there was no difference in how the scoring worked, that it was actually only the name. So
Wow.
some of them got accepted now. There's only one missing.
Oh man, I'll get onto that after
Man.
the podcast. Go give it a vote. That's. I mean, I'm assuming for the NTSC-J and the NTSC, they would have just copied the same ROM or whatever, but changed the artwork for the intro screen and things like that.
Yeah, it's actually exactly the same.
It's good you're doing that kind of stuff though, because like if we don't have people like you like doing those comparisons and stuff, then you know that stuff just continues to be questioned, I suppose. So good on you for going through the effort of doing all that.
For sure, like a detective case for a video game world record.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, well, you've also, apart from having a world record on Metal Slug, another cool thing that you have achieved is being on one of the World Today trading cards.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
How did that all come about? And like, I'm curious as to like, were you contacted for permission or anything like that, or does it just happen and then you get notified?
Yeah, I was following Walter on Facebook, and I think his name is Todd Friedman on Twin Galaxies. He was posting new cards, and I can't remember if somebody from the shed had gotten a card back then. I think there was it was called Champions of Denmark, and some of the people was on there. Michael Dist was on there, Puzzle Bubble guy. So I think that
Legend.
card was out. So I got the record on Metal Slug, and I was wondering how do you get a card? How do you get on a card? So I just wrote Walter asking, how do you get on a card? I'm the record holder for Metal Slug and linked to my Twin Galaxies page and stuff like that.
Cool.
Asking him if what's the criteria, and then I didn't hear anything. I could see that he had read the message, and months go by, and he wrote
He was
me.
meditating.
Yeah, he wrote me in Messenger asking, "Hi, do you play Metal Slug?" I said, "Yes, I do." And then it was like
directly following the message where you tell him you've got the world record.
No, I think I must have messaged him somewhere else because there was no previous history in the messenger. So
okay.
So is it you who play Metal Slug? Yes, it is. Then he wrote, "It's time to put you on a card."
Oh,
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
So
well, all right.
then I can't remember what I wrote. I was like, yeah, that would be great, stuff like that. And then a few hours later, he called me on Messenger. I was on the couch watching something on TV, and then my phone started to rumble. I would see incoming call, Walt today. Wasn't what?
What?
So yeah,
man.
I was so I picked it up, and I was kind of starstruck, and
Sure.
we talked back and forth of what he needed and what I had to do. So there's this text on the back of the card, so I have to write that myself. Have to figure out what I wanted on the back of my card and send him a picture, and
cool.
and he took it from there.
So you could write anything like
Yeah.
Jacob Spring is the tallest man in the world. He's
Yeah.
He probably would have been like, nah, you have to be realistic. That's pretty cool, man. I would love to be on a trading card. I'm going to write Walter Day now and do the same thing. Hey, what do I have to do to be on a card? But I don't have any achievements. I have a podcast.
We'll get
Because I
played
think
up
he did want to
podcast on
game
the
the
trading
system.
card.
Yeah.
Almost feels like a cop out. I feel like I should achieve something. I have to get a score or something. I get a kill screen and then I'll be like, and I have a kill screen. I could put that on the card too.
Yeah.
Maybe we can find a game that's not on there on Twin Galaxies yet. We can just make you attack.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, Neil.
I'm here to support you every day, Sean.
Yep.
You bastard. That would be. Yeah, I'm sure there's a game I can get a world record.
Foot bag.
Oh,
Pal foot bag.
Yeah,
That would be
California
great.
games. I reckon I could do that.
Yeah, man, that would be
Hell yeah.
great.
When there's only like a few scores being submitted that are like, one's like a few hundred points, the next one's like 5,000, the next one's 10,000. It's not like it doesn't feel like a world record, you know? If it's on any of the big titles though, like Metal Slug, Wonder Boy, Galaga, whatever, like then you feel like, okay,
That's
there's
a thing.
obviously competition here. Yeah. You can kind of safely say that you're most likely the best in the world at that game. But yeah, maybe one day. Maybe Circus Charlie.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Do it.
Yeah, good luck, mate.
Jacob, I noticed on your Twin Galaxies list that there's no MAME submissions. Is that something that doesn't interest you, or?
He's not Billy Mitchell.
Yeah. Well, I do play MAME because I participate in the online tournaments like MGL and Olympics, Galaga League.
Yep.
But I don't want to just put scores on there just to put scores on there.
Yep.
So I kind of pick and choose, and I think it's more fun to submit something on original hardware.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's way more prestigious too, I think, because it's not.
I mean,
as
not
easy.
not to take anything away from those MAME scores, because some of them are pretty badass, but
Some are crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's,
Yeah,
Yeah,
like each category has its difficulties, right? Like the arcade one, you have to have access to the original hardware. But MAME, you're competing against everyone who has a laptop or a computer in the world if they want to
yeah,
do it.
yeah.
Because anyone can download MAME and smash it out on a
Yeah.
keyboard like Barra, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's really good and important to have MAME there for that reason. Like,
For sure.
well, it's not like some people couldn't afford some of the PCBs, especially like the prices that are
Yeah.
going around, and have access to arcade machines. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's awesome to have MAME around for that.
They are both equally as important as one another. That you've got the hardware side where it's important from a preservation point of view that you still have the ability to be able to set scores on the original hardware, but then the emulated stuff, like Jacob said, that some of the scores that you're starting to see, particularly on Twin Galaxies for a lot of the tracks that are set, some of the scores are amazing, and that that's its own separate thing too. And I think both are equally important, to be honest. I think
Definitely. Yeah. Do you have the world record on MAME for Metal Slug, Jacob, or
No, I do not.
no? Yeah. And same with you, Dennis. Is that something that you did when you went for your world record?
Nah. I don't know. I haven't figured out how to set up MAME for recording an INP or anything. Apparently it's pretty easy, but I just haven't bothered because I just like record an arcade PCB and that's easy enough, man. So I've just been doing that. But yeah, like I suppose it'd only be like 5 minutes to look up how to save and record an INP for submission of analysis and whatever, but I've just never bothered. Because we've got One Up Arcade, and they've got pretty much anything I want to play. One Up Arcade have original PCBs, and I'll just go there and set a score. And so I guess that maybe one day, I don't know, but
yeah. Jacob, so you're saying that you're practicing on MAME. Did you notice any kind of differences between playing MAME and when you went for the actual world record on the MVS?
Oh yeah, definitely. Back in the day, in 15, the emulators wasn't as optimized, so there was a little bit of input lag.
Yep.
Oh.
So, but it was easy to transition to the arcade machine because the inputs were more instant. So it actually was a little bit easier.
Yeah, right.
But it's the same. It was the same thing when I went for the record on Daytona. I was practicing at home on the Xbox 360 version. And when I got to play on the arcade machine, it apparently runs at a lower refresh rate. I think it runs at like 57 frames per second on the arcade machine. So everything was just a little bit slower. I noticed that immediately. So when I got back home, I compared. I found a lap on the beginner stage on 360 and one from the arcade, and I put them side by side. And on a lap on the beginner stage, the arcade machine is actually 2 real life seconds slower. So so it's easy on the arcade machine.
Right. And so are you saying that like all of your records that are posted on Twin Galaxies, even the console ones, are they all done at the shed?
No, the console ones I've done at home.
You're done at home. Okay, cool.
The arcade ones are done at the shed, all of them.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Man, hopefully you guys can one day get to visit the shed and we can all be in the same room together talking shit.
Oh,
Would love it.
it'd be amazing. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I might just like make sure that my wedding is in Germany so that we're close enough to Denmark that we all just duck over there. Because then you have a really good excuse, a wedding and the shed.
And
Damn.
Have the reception at the shed.
Oh. Oh man. You don't have to convince me, but Michelle might think otherwise. Oh, it'd be funny. Yeah. So what do you? I know you've got your YouTube channel going,
Yeah.
which is really cool. You do speed runs, some time lapses, some gameplay, just videos, some 1cc's on there. I'm going to link
Yeah,
that in the description.
I'm doing 1cc videos, 1 credit clear, complete the games on 1 credit, or console games without continues. And I do time lapse videos of those. It's actually to build. I did that to build a playlist of a lot of great video game music. So I choose
Ah.
one track from the game that I think is really good, and then I take my 1cc and speed it up so that it matches with the duration of the song.
Nice.
So that playlist is actually a lot of games now, like 30 games of time lapse videos, but it's the best tracks of each game, I think.
Oh man, that's rad.
That's
Amazing.
such a good
Yeah.
idea, because then when you're having a party or you just want to chill out to your favorite tunes, you can have that on,
Yeah,
plus
exactly.
plus the video from the game.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
man. I didn't realize that. That's why you do those ones.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then I have videos of, my Twin Galaxy submissions also in there, and speed runs. I started speed running late last year,
Mm.
so those videos are also in there.
Oh yeah, I love speedrunning, man. I think it's like that's definitely something I could get into for some games that I
Yeah,
really
it's a lot of
like,
fun.
Mm,
for sure. And there's so
It's
much
completely
videos out
different
there.
to
Like,
high scoring.
mm.
it is,
Oh,
right? Yeah. Yeah, it's not about point pressing or anything. It's just about like efficiency, getting through the
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
It's about getting the best you can out of a game that you're playing. And I did that with Castlevania at the moment. So I've been playing that, speed running that on NES,
Ah,
and
Yeah,
that's
that's awesome.
it's so fun, man. Like, just being able to work out all the tiny little things and just being able to edge closer to where you want to be. It's a very different way to play a game that you've played for your whole life, like an
yeah.
NES game, and to be able to enjoy it a completely new way. It's amazing. It's really good.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I like retro achievements, because it's like a game you've played 100 times, but then, oh, there's this achievement that do this without dying or something, or do this in this amount of time or whatever. You just get like little achievements that pop up. I love it for
Yeah.
that reason. And the leaderboards
Awesome.
too. That's really cool. Mm.
Yeah,
So
I gotta
then-
set that up again. That's actually really funny. Those
it's
retro
good, right?
achievements.
Yeah. I couldn't believe that was the thing that actually like works super well.
Yeah, because I really like it on Xbox 360, the whole achievement system. And now they brought it for all the retro games. That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And they even have like little badges and everything, and it pops up the same kind of way.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you can go onto the website and compare yourself with all these other people and your friends. And they have the like high score leaderboards, and
Yeah.
I think they do events and
I
stuff like that.
know Raz is really into that too.
Yeah. I had a chat with him about it. He was losing his mind, telling another bloke, another fella there about it. Like, it's the fucking coolest thing ever, man. You have to set it up. And when Raz tells you something, like, you really feel it, you know. Shout out to you again, Raz, you legend. Well, then I think we're almost towards the end here, man. I had one more question in my notes. What's sort of your gaming plans for the future? Do you have some records in mind? What should we look out for from Jacob Spring in the future?
Yeah, well, my Kung Fu records on the PAL NES just got beaten, so I'm definitely planning on getting those back.
Ooh.
And scoring wise, I don't know. I'm picking up Time Crisis. I don't know if I'm going to go for score on that, but I definitely want to do a 1cc video for my YouTube channel.
Nice, man.
Cool.
That'll be a
Yeah.
tough one.
Also, yeah. I don't know. It doesn't look that hard.
Okay.
I had my first game here. I had my first game here the other day, and I made it to the boss on stage 2. So I don't think it's gonna be that long.
Oh, nice.
But also, I'm participating in all kinds of tournaments. Just finished. I a new Turf Masters tournament, and I'm playing in the MGL on Twin Galaxies, and I'm
Nice.
playing in the Galaga League. So I think this month we're playing Micro 31. So I'm playing a lot of tournaments, and then I plan to get back the Kung Fu records on NES, and then picking up Time Crisis for the 1cc video.
Awesome.
Very nice, and possibly a world record if it's sort of obtainable.
Yeah, I haven't even looked it up yet.
Right.
It's probably one of those games that is split up between PAL and NTSC on Twin Galaxies.
Yeah.
I could imagine.
Yeah, true. Yeah, because it would be time based, I imagine, more than.
Yep.
Is it time? Yeah, time based,
Yep.
or do you get a score?
Yeah, it's time based. Yeah.
Particularly for PAL and NTSC. Yeah,
Yeah, the 50
100%.
versus 60 hertz kind of thing, right?
I might actually have it on NTSC now that I think about it. I can't remember if it's the First Time Crisis or if it's a Project Titan. It's one of those. So
Right.
maybe I could go for it.
Both are cool, man. Like those shooting games from the PS1.
Yeah.
With that gun con, oh man.
Yeah.
I always dreamt of having one that recoils just like in the arcade, and I did buy one, but I never got it to work as well. Like I would push the trigger once, and the thing would go like recoil instead of like. And
yeah,
I think it was because I bought a cheap one because I was a tight ass. Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, you get what you pay for.
That's right.
Yeah, it's really something else being in an empty arcade and seeing two people go at it at point blank with the recoil.
Oh man! Oh yeah!
So cool, man.
It's so loud.
Making me miss the arcade so much, man. Whenever I do a podcast, like afterwards, I'm just so pumped to game because I've just been talking to friends about gaming. I'm just like, Okay, sorry. I'm probably going to cut that out. That must have sounded annoying. All right. Well, yeah. So then that's kind of. If there's anything else you guys wanted to mention, or was there any questions or things you wanted to talk about, Jacob?
I got a question for Jacob. Yeah.
Ooh.
So what sort of games do you do speedrunning on? What have you been playing? What do you enjoy doing?
Well, I just started, and I started with Kung Fu, and then I went through the page speedrun.com, just looking around, and I found a track for Maniac Mansion on the PC.
Oh.
So I did a speedrun on that. I think it was the fastest completion where every character dies.
Yeah.
But that's been beaten since. And then the other day I found, I think it was last week, there was a new track for a game called Street Rod, also on PC. An old MS-DOS game where you have to buy and build cars and race. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So I got first place on that one.
Nice.
That's amazing. I still love that game.
Yeah, it's really good.
Street Rod.
One of my favorites on C64.
I'm just glad that someone remembers that game. That was great. It was like, played that so much in high school.
Yeah,
that
is a great game. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't want to spread myself too thin, so I think I'm keeping with the Kung Fu for now.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's easy to do, especially when you're in other competitions. Hey, like you move away from the actual goals that you want to set. So yeah, always good to keep it lean.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it, to balance just having a hobby where you're like, oh, I'll just sit down and play whatever I want versus I have this like in the back of my head, I want to accomplish something, you know?
Yeah. I almost killed gaming for myself this summer because I took on too much. I was playing in a span of like a month. I was playing in the MGL on Twin Galaxies. I was playing the Neo Turf Master tournament. I was participating in the Olympics 2021 tournament. and I was playing Galaga League, and I was doing the 1cc event at the shed.
Oh, man.
So for about a month after that, I didn't play anything.
Too much.
I was
Too
just
much.
I was just
Wow.
burned out. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a lot, man. That's a hell of a lot. Yeah,
It's too much,
anything
yeah.
like too much of a good thing is definitely can come
Yeah.
into gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Absolutely.
got a whole list of stuff that I want to do and 1cc videos I want to do. So there's a lot of games in there.
Nice, man. Well, lots coming up, but I guess everything you do will either be uploaded onto YouTube or be
Yeah,
on Twin
definitely on
Galaxies.
YouTube.
So awesome.
Yeah.
All right, we'll definitely put a link to that in the description. And
Yeah, Tell
yeah.
us your YouTube channel name as well for a shout out, Jacob.
Yeah. I don't have that many viewers, so I have a super long URL. But if you go to YouTube and search for Jacob Spring, I should pop up. My face should pop up at the top there. Or if it doesn't, search for Jacob Spring Crazy Taxi, then it will definitely pop up.
Right
Well,
on.
Okay.
Now you've mentioned it here, mate. Your viewers are going to go up to at least
Oh, they'll go
2 or 3.
Could get
Yeah.
at least another 1 or 2 people.
just
that's great.
us checking it out tomorrow. Yeah.
So
If
it's
anything,
double now.
we're gonna get more like listeners from Jacob telling people that he was on a podcast
That's right.
than you get from us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
we-
on the banner of the YouTube channel, there's links for my Twin Galaxies profile, Twitter, and Instagram.
No, cool.
Oh, perfect.
Cool.
It's a one-stop
you
shop
find my
for
YouTube, you
everything
can find
Jacob
everything.
Spring. Oh,
Yeah,
beautiful.
exactly.
Yeah.
Love it. That's great, man. Well, thanks so much for joining us. And I
Yeah,
don't know
thanks
about
for
these
having me.
fellas.
It was a blast.
Oh, great, man. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much all we aim to do is have fun and find some stuff
Yeah.
out about some cool people who play games in the world. And you're definitely one of those people, man. And I'm sure at some point I'll see you again at the shed, but maybe we'll have you on the podcast at some point again when you beat some more world records.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
Gotta
it'd be
get-
great to check in with you, man.
for
Yeah, sure, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I got to get some more people from Denmark on the podcast. Like I've spoken to Mads already and Raz. So Mads owns the Nintendo Pusher Room. I think that means like Nintendo pushers, right? It's a,
Yeah,
a
Nintendo Pusher
shop
Room.
in Copenhagen. And I bought some games off his website recently. So he has a physical like retro game store. So I want to talk to him about that. It's actually like a dream of mine to own a retro game shop. So
Cool.
I think
Yeah.
hearing about how that all works and his history with gaming. He has a full set of Nintendo 64 PAL games, I think.
Oh yeah, complete collection. Yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty insane. So I'll
Amazing.
talk to him about all that, and Raz I'll talk to about ice cold beer and everything he's doing with game. Probably retro achievements because he fucking loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So thanks for joining us, and man, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and you fellas in Australia there. Thank you for joining, and I hope it's not too late for you. What is it, 10 p.m. now? Just after?
Yeah. Just after.
Yeah. After. All good. Thanks for your time, Jacob. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
All right. See you, Mike. See you, Neil. See you, Dennis. See you, Jacob.
See you guys.
See you later.
See
Have a good
ya.
one.
Yeah.
Mission complete.